Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Maryville University Hockey Center here in Chesterfield, Missouri. I'm Todd Panula, and this is the Saints pregame show as it's the Maryville Saints against the Liberty Flames. Well, the Saints had a tough test last weekend playing the McKendree Bearcats, and although they kept each game pretty close overall, it was the Bearcats that took both of those games, so unfortunately, the Saints end up dropping all the games to McKendree so far. So they end January on a little bit of a sour note, despite the fact that overall Maryville had a pretty good January as an entire month, especially having some wins prior to the snowstorm and picking up some pretty good wins in that showcase event that they were supposed to have, and only the Midland game got canceled within that. But then you run up against a very hot team in terms of McKendree. In terms of their overall record, they had been struggling a little bit coming into that matchup, but they really righted the ship against the Maryville Saints and ended up picking up both of those wins. So Maryville comes into today at 14-8 overall, but they are 8-2 at home, which they're hoping will help them carry the day against a very tough Liberty Flames team. You talk about a tough team last weekend against McKendree. Well, it doesn't get any easier to start February, as Liberty is the number one team in the nation. They have yet to lose a game in regulation. The Flames come in 26 wins, 0 losses, just one blemish on their record, a loss in overtime. And actually it was a shootout loss as well. So the one thing that Maryville can kind of hang their hat on a little bit, that one loss for Liberty did come on the road, so perhaps the Flames can be gotten to here at the Maryville University Hockey Center. It's been a tough road to hoe for the Saints over the Liberty Flames over the last few years. Maryville over the last 5 years is 1-8-1 against Liberty. So statistically, it's going to be a difficult path to take for the Saints, but Liberty is a team that you're most likely going to face on the road to a potential national championship, and that is the end goal for the Maryville Saints. So as they come up through the postseason and everything, you're going to be playing teams like McKendree, you're going to be playing teams like Midland, and eventually perhaps even Liberty, depending on how everything shakes out. But it's always tough for the Maryville Saints because not only do you figure you'll see those teams come the end of March, but you have to play them in conference. All of them are conference opponents. So it is definitely a gauntlet that the Maryville Saints always end up scheduling, whether it's conference teams and non-conference teams. But that is to sharpen themselves. Iron sharpens iron, as they say, as the Maryville Saints try to get ready for postseason action. This is, unfortunately, for you Saints fans, it is the last weekend of the regular season. The Liberty Flames are in town, and Maryville will try to get things off on a pretty good start as the teams start to take the ice. Both teams have had their warm-ups. They're going to get things rolling here in just a little bit. We'll have your starting lineups as well as the starting goaltenders for you when we come back, and we'll have the puck drop, so keep it right here on the Maryville Saints Hockey Network.
Welcome to Maryville University,
Welcome to Saints Nation.
home of the Big Red M.
So what does it mean to be a Maryville Saint?
It's more than just going to classes.
As Saints, we are passionate about what we believe in.
We are open-minded and curious about other points of view.
And we know this about life at Maryville.
Your best experiences will happen when you get involved.
Make sure to get involved on campus.
We work hard.
But we have a lot of fun too.
We have a passion to see each other succeed.
You might have a few hiccups along the way, or maybe something more serious.
When we run into adversity,
We have faculty and staff here to provide support.
We stand with our fellow Saints through the good times.
And the difficult times.
So be sure to seek out help when you need it.
we know that here at Maryville,
We are never alone.
The spirit of Maryville flows through each person that steps foot on our campus.
Being a Saint is that feeling that Maryville University is your community.
That even when you're far away from home,
You are home.
We're on this journey together.
We are Maryville University.
One team, one family.
The Maryville Saints Hockey Network welcomes you to the following presentation of the American Collegiate Hockey Association.
Victory isn't simply won. It takes prep. It takes discipline. It takes practice. You lay the groundwork, and you build. But you don't build alone. In the end, victory isn't given. It isn't earned. You don't ask for it. You take it. And you play for keeps.
It's been weeks, at least it's moments of peace. A treat for the freaks, the beat and the beast. It's been weeks, at least it's moments of peace. Increase the heat. I wanna watch it burn.
Just about set to drop the puck between the Liberty Flames and your Maryville Saints. Your starting lineups for today for the visiting Flames. It's going to be Zojia Adamic, Isabel Patum-Shand, Brooklyn Vortman, Brielle Fossey, Allison Shaw, and in between the pipes, Alexandra Keith, who comes in at 14-0-1. If you get a goal past her, you better put some tape around that puck because it's been few and far between. She's got a goals against average of 0.71 and a save percentage of .969. For the hometown Saints on defense, it's going to be Emma Gerwitz and Avery Falardo. Up on the forward line, Mackenzie Villard, Brooklyn Gillings, and Haley Beckett. The Saints still without the services of Nia Morris and Leah Sutton. Again, no update on how long they will be out. It is still anticipated that they will be healthy come the postseason, but whether that is the conference tournament or the national tournament remains to be seen. Saints start out in their defensive zone as Gillings is able to shuffle it just over the blue line. She pushes it into the attacking zone. Beckett comes in on the forecheck, but the Flames are able to collect the puck. They come up the near hand side. Patum-Shand can't get it past the blue line. Flames still with some possession as they try to work it up through the middle. Falardo has it at the M, tosses it off the near side wall as it's pushed back out of the zone. Shaw chases it down and settles in behind her own net. First line change of the game goes to the Saints. Cross ice pass. Patum-Shand has it, drops it back to the defense. Coming in on the forecheck is Brennan. She's trying to lift the stick as they battle for it in the corner. Good hold in by the Saints as Putnam tried to saucer it down low, looking to get it to Brennan, but it was cut off on the way through. Hanson tried to get it through to Ross. Brennan was there as well, but the Flames come out the other way. Stick handling in is Ellis, drops it off for Craig. D to D they go. Oakes takes a shot, deflected, and Tresick makes the save. Tresick is the goaltender for the Saints today. She comes in 11-6, a 1.93 goals against, and a save percentage of .926. Flames softly tap it in behind the goal. Ross whacks it up the wall, but not out of the zone. On the backhand, it's Battles. She'll drop it off. Beauchamp with a shot, trickling through. Oh, baby, it hit the post. It somehow got through Tresick, and that is not going to be a comfortable position for her. I can tell you from experience, once you know that that puck got through and just barely stayed out, your heart drops just a little bit. You try to shake it off as well as you can. Just a little over 2 minutes played here in the first period. Stretch pass out of the reach of the forward. Saints take it and then give it away at center ice. Should be icing, and it will be. Although, well, the whistle finally came a little bit late there. 17:44 left to go here in the first period. Scoreless thus far. And the Flames with the only shot on goal. Nearly trickled in, went off the goaltender, through the 5-hole, and then off the near side post. Flames win the face-off. Slapper from the right point, deflected on the way through, but wide of the far side of the net. Maryville trying to chop it up the far side wall. Flames regather it. Pedham Shand reverses, looking to go back towards the D. Defenseman to defenseman. Shaw stick handles around the pressure. Shoots, and it hit a body in front and went wide. Centering feed. Gets all the way through to Adamic. Slap shot from Shaw. That misses the net. Saints tap it around as Karunakar looks to head up ice. It was taken away from O'Leary. Liberty going for the line change. Karunakar glided in behind her own goal and then gave it away on the far side. Ellis is in control of the puck. Centering feed finds Oakes. Tight angle chance was blocked. Sophia Adamic took the shot. Another deflection on the way through. It's going to be a tough night for Tresick if Liberty continues to get all these deflections in front. Thus far, nothing has hit the back of the net. But the Saints feeling the pressure as it's another icing call. Beauchamp comes into the face-off dot against Villard. It's going to come close to the net, and Tresick will cover it up. That'll allow the Saints to get some fresh players out there. 4 seconds ticked off the clock. Garwitz went rink wide. Haley Beckett was charging up through the middle, but unfortunately the pass came to the wing. They wave off icing. Flames set it up from below the goal line. They'll head out on the right. Villard with a good poke check. Freed the puck momentarily. Gillings sweeps it into the near side. Peeling around is Jules Lefebvre. Lefebvre got it over to McClinchy. And my mistake, that was actually Peebles. Nevertheless, it's left by the goaltender. Peebles in control. 15:45 left to go here in the first period. Peebles methodically stick handling in behind her own goal. Now it's taken out by Beauchamp. She gets around both forecheckers. Takes a little bit of a slash, sends one towards goal. Tresick sticks it into the corner. Falardo looks up ice. Tried to send it up through the middle, even though she had Windross on the wing. Beckett was a little twisted around, couldn't get clean control of that puck. Shaw comes back. Shaw was looking to kick it in towards the corner. Pedham Shand is in there as well. Back and forth through the neutral zone like a hot potato. And another icing against Maryville. So it's an interesting first period thus far. Only 2 official shots on goal for the Flames, but the majority of the time has been spent, if you're looking at the screen, on the left side, which is the Maryville defensive side. They haven't necessarily felt completely hemmed in, but they're definitely feeling the pressure in the early going with at least 3 icings called thus far. in a relatively short amount of time. Playing it off the wall is Presley Ellis. She'll chase it down in the near side corner. Passes all the way to the blue line. Oaks' shot was blocked as Putnam sent it over to the far boards. Windross got it to Ross. Oaks is in control for the Flames as they look to head out. Craig got the red line and had to dump it in as the Flames completing a line change. Putnam is there before the Saints. Hanson went rink wide off the boards. Emily Toole will take it off the Dashers. She's going to take it from the circle. A blocker save. Rebound chance. It was a shuffleboard opportunity there for O'Leary, but she just couldn't get a whole lot behind it. Strother to Toole. Now O'Leary. Two defenders around her. McClinchy got it up the boards. Saints regather it. Strother with a long shot. Goes about 3 feet wide of the near side post. Pelletier skates up the middle. Villard put on a little bit of pressure. The pass was still connected. Bringing it in is Sarauer. Karunikar reversed it back towards the near boards. Villard is there, as is Smolinski. Smolinski guides it up the near side wall, but Shaw dumps it in on the cross corner. Saints regrouping. Karunikar drops it. Beckett looks up ice. Fussy trying to pressure her into a mistake. Zojia Adamic was there as well. Gillings at the red line. Scoops it in. That'll end up on the blocker side. Easily knocked down by Keith. According to the scoreboard, she's faced 2 shots. By the letter of the law, they definitely are shots, but she hasn't really been forced to make a quality save as of yet. Coming back the other way is Shaw. Gains the blue line, sends it in. Tresick bobbled it momentarily, and then it settled into the breadbasket. Oaks puts it into the slot. Backhand chance and a right pad save made. Tristan Craig got it away. The left-hander shooting it from closer to the right hash mark. Ross and Gerwitz dig in along the wall. It's popped loose. Craig comes back. Sophia Adamic slows it up in behind her own goal. Not quite 8 minutes played. Adamic goes over to the right wing. Bouncing puck. Saints were able to see it. Falardo trying to battle for it. Bench of the Saints was open. They were thinking they were going for a line change. Now they'll complete it. Falardo looks up ice. 2 players on her. She peels back. Sends it off the wall to Gerwitz. Gerwitz runs out of space. Still got it up through the middle. Hanson got a touch on it, as did a Flames player, so no icing. 11:40 to go in the first period. Scoreless thus far. Lofted pass bounces over along the far wall. Putnam slams it back to center. Flames going to go off on a change as well. O'Leary sees 4 fresh players coming right at her, so she tosses it in. Keith leaves it. Shaw has it. Tried to go boards to boards. Padam Shan was crisscrossed at the red line. Zosier Adamic got it off. Long shot. Blocker save. Putnam sweeps it to the near boards. Hanson to O'Leary. She'll toss it on to center. Opportunity to play it by Bortman negates an icing. Saints with fresh players out there. Beckett comes on the forecheck as well as Gillings. Villard has it at the red line. Drops it to Smolinski. She wasn't expecting it. Battles comes in hard. Karunikar takes a slash across the stick, and Battles makes the steal. Looking to serve it back out in front. Saints do a good job defending, and Maryville will be heading to the power play. Tripping is the call. 10:33 left in the period. Haley Battles goes into the sin bin for the next 2 minutes, perhaps less if the Saints can put one on the board. Pollard, Beckett, Smolinski, Gerwitz, and Gillings are the 5 players on this power play attack. Soft pass up through the slot. Not cleared out by the Saints. Oh, they were trying to get Smolinski on the doorstep, and it just evaded her. Here's Beckett. Slap shot coming, and right into that logo on the chest of Alexander Keith. Fresh penalty killers out there for the Flames. Sophia Adamic got caught up in the corner, but the Flames are still able to get it out. 90 seconds left in the power play. Just over 10 minutes left in the period. Beckett goes cross ice. It's out of the reach of Villard. That'll kill more time off. Gerwitz peels back. Serrara coming in hot. Pass off the wall. Tap to the near side. Fluttering puck at center ice. Gillings tapped it into the offensive zone, but not under control. Smolinski stick handling. Hands it off to Beckett. She peels away from the left circle. Gerwitz will have to get over to here to the near side. Deflected puck. Loose in behind the net. Smolinski is tied up. Leaves it for Villard. Shuffleboards it back. Beckett quickly across. Gillings to Gerwitz. A slapper on the way through. Save made by Keith. Gerwitz ends up with it again. To the near circle. Beckett whips one towards goal, and that got all the way through but wide. Gillings goes down to the corner. Villard is there. All the way back to the point. Gerwitz walks the line. Gerwitz takes a wrister. Deflected. Just wide of the far post this time. Beckett looking for a seam. Goes for the pass. Gillings with a shot. Misses. Beckett picks up the loose change. Puts it off the side of the goal. And that'll just about do it as the Flames clear it. A pretty good power play for the Saints. They end up with a handful of shots, but they couldn't beat the goaltender. And now we're back to 5-on-5. Putnam skates up the near wing and then runs into traffic. Ellis will keep it in the zone, at least for now. Loose in the neutral zone as Ross has it. She tries to dump it in. 8:15 to go. Keith getting directions and still almost gave the puck away. Saints starting to feel it a little bit here. They find Ross. Oh, it just missed her stick in the slot. Hansen sends it around. Ellis will get it as the Flames come out. Hansen back at the red line. Pushes it in. Shaw stopped it there. Pelletier goes over to the far corner. Ross backhanded it back to the circle. Both teams trying to find some space. It's getting a little bit clogged up now. We're back at a 5-on-5. Shots are 6-5 in favor of the Saints. Final regular season series for Maryville. Trying to end it up on a high note. Here comes Serrauer from the near circle. Put it through the mixer as she was looking for Beauchamp. McClinchy back to Beauchamp. Lost it on the far circle. Saints bang it here right under the near side as it's knocked back towards the corner. Puck going around like a ping pong ball. Bjornsson dropped it. Hansen wasn't expecting it. Bjornsson taps it around. That'll clear the zone. Lefebvre is back as the Flames come in on the dump and chase. A little shorthanded as they were changing 4 of their 5 players. Pedam Shan swung at Karunikar, knocked her off the puck. Pedam Shan trying to dig it out of there. Saints able to tie it up along the dashers as they're trying to get position. Karunikar comes away with it. Good forecheck put on by Fussy. She got a piece of the puck. Held in the zone. Long shot. Stick save. Sophia Adamic with the chance. Saints get it out. Getting fresh legs. Tic-tac-toe. They come up the near side. Gerwitz plays it off the window. Looking for O'Leary. Struther will try to chase after it. Ellis lifts a stick. Ellis taps it over to the far wall. Saints retreat to the neutral zone. Good idea as O'Leary made the steal there. Pitchforked ahead, but the Flames give it away. Here's Struther. She puts it high. Rebound chance wide. First one off the blocker's shoulder, and the second chance goes wide to the far post. Maryville achingly close to scoring the first goal of the game, but we remain tied at zeros. Off the boards, onto the stick of Battles. She heads off on a change disappointedly. Maryville looking to come up ice. Falardo crosses the blue, got the red, dumped it in. Maryville with a change. 5 minutes left to go here in the first period. Sarauer tapped it around, but Putnam will gather. Putnam to Hansen. Beckett got it into the offensive zone. It's there for Danny Henriksen. Henriksen chopped it, looking for Gillings. Flames get it to center. Beauchamp still in control of it, despite the fact that there were two different Maryville players on the way through. McClinchy got a piece of it. Sarauer looking to get it over the blue line and just dumps it in as they go for another line change. Putnam thought about the right, comes up the left. Gillings. Referees are going to give her the benefit of the doubt. Didn't seem like she was that close to the red line. Nevertheless, no icing was called. Ross slips it towards the corner boards, but it was sealed off nicely by Zoja Adamic. Now a multiplayer scrum here along the near boards. There's really only about 4 players free. Pedamshan with the sauce. Adamic comes over center. Gains the blue line to the right circle, trying to repay the favor, and it was tapped wide. Smolinski couldn't get that shot away, and it was stopped by Tresick on the way through. Smolinski has the puck, dropped it, looking for Ross up ice. Oakes comes up, couldn't get enough of it, and the Saints will clear. 3:12 to go here in the first period. The action in this one has swung back and forth like a pendulum. Right now it's going back the way of the Flames as they've had a couple quick cracks on goal. And an icing is called here against the Saints. 3 minutes exactly left to go here in the opening frame. Maryville with the only power play of the game thus far. They are 0 for 1. Drop pass from the slot to the point. Shaw gets a shot off, and that went past everything. A wrister blocked by Toole. She gloves it out to center ice. Shaw picks it up and scoops it in. Ellis putting on the pressure. Smolinski skates past it. Struther lost it at the blue line. Ellis comes right back in. She's all alone. Now she's got a little bit of help in Beauchamp. Toole ends up with the loose puck as it was poked loose. Out of the reach of Beauchamp. Potential icing here. They wave it off. Falardo leaves it, but it was off the skates of Villard. She hits the brakes and regathers and then passes too far out of the reach of her teammate. Beckett flitters one to center ice. Another dump in by the Flames as they come in hard on the forecheck. Gerwitz couldn't tap it around the pressure. They drop it off for Peebles. She walks the line. A shot blocked by her own teammate. Beckett was waiting up ice, but they couldn't get the pass through. Beckett has it again as she recharges from her own blue line. Give it away at center ice. Villard on the back check gets a piece of the puck. Gerwitz off the wall. Saints were changing, so it was out of the reach of Gillings. Falardo trying to get it out of the zone. Gillings forced to dig in as she was trying to get off on a line change. She's still out there. Now Now there's an odd mishmash of forwards for the Saints as Gilling's still stuck in the zone. 1:10 to go on the period. Falardo leaves it. Brennan just sweeps it blindly over here to the near side. Fussy is on the puck for the Flames. Looking for somebody charging in on the back door, but nobody's there. Lofted puck goes out of the zone. Ross and Windross come in. Feather pass to Fussy along the near boards. Gains the red line and slips it past Smolinski. Adamic taking on Smolinski. 35 seconds left. Craig taps it around the defense. Ross gets it along the half wall for the Maryville Saints. Foot race is won by Craig. Karunikar took it away. Struther gets it down. Windross trying to get there for Maryville, if nothing else, to take off the rest of the time on this clock. 6 seconds left. O'Leary is back, just needs to hold, plays it off the near wall, and that'll do it. 20 minutes are in the books. 40 minutes left in regulation. Still everything to play for as we are scoreless through one. Keep it right here on the Maryville Saints Hockey Network. We'll have more between the Flames and the Saints coming up with the second period.
There comes a time where it's going to get harder and more difficult, but to never lose that focus of enjoying the game is so important. Leon Draisaitl from Cologne, Germany, Edmonton. For me, it started early. My dad played, so it ran in the family a little bit, and always wanted to play in the NHL. I'm an offensive guy that likes to generate and create chances and take big pride in the defensive side of things as well. I've got nothing but great things to say about Warrior, and a huge fan of the consistency year after year for me personally, bring out the best product, and it's so simple and easy to work with Warrior. And on top of that, the service is incredible. Always things to learn, always things to grow, always the parts of the game to get better at, but all in all, you have to be a Warrior.
College hockey. It's more than just what school you play for. More than just another sweater you pull on. It's about focus, determination, strategy, and poise. It's more than just packed rinks and screaming fans. It's about heart, skill, and passion. In nearly 30 years of the ACHA, we don't just play the game of hockey. We are the game of hockey. Hundreds of elite players and coaches from some of the United States and Canada's most prestigious programs. The American Collegiate Hockey Association. More than just a game.
Hello everyone, I hope you've had a great summer. As the school year gets started across the country, we're excited to also welcome you back to another great season of hockey. Thanks for being a part of the USA Hockey family. I want you to know that our volunteers and our staff work every single day as hard as they can to make sure hockey is the best sports experience in every community in our country. Within USA Hockey, you're part of an organization that's a world leader in development, safety, fun, and success, and one that is committed to fostering a welcoming environment for all by building a diverse, equitable, and inclusive game. Hockey is played in thousands of communities across our entire country. Please join me in keeping the momentum going by inviting at least one new person to get involved with hockey this year. It doesn't matter if it's someone who wants to play, coach, officiate, volunteer, or just be a fan. We're excited about sharing the joy our sport brings with as many people as possible. I would also like to offer a friendly reminder to make sure that respect is top of mind every time you enter the rink or take to the ice for a game or practice this season. That includes making sure that we never use hateful or discriminatory language, as it has absolutely no place in our game or in our society. It's on all of us to make sure that we respect the game, including playing within the rules, treating officials with respect, giving our best, and being a good teammate. In the end, hockey is about fun, so let's make sure we never lose sight of that. Here's to a great season ahead, one filled with friendship, respect, success, and most of all, plenty of smiles.
Welcome to Maryville University.
Welcome to Saints Nation,
home of the Big Red M.
So what does it mean to be a Maryville Saint?
It's more than just going to classes.
As Saints, we are passionate about what we believe in.
We are open-minded and curious about other points of view.
And we know this about life at Maryville.
Your best experiences will happen when you get involved.
Make sure to get involved on campus.
We work hard,
but we have a lot of fun too.
We have a passion to see each other succeed.
You might have a few hiccups along the way.
Or maybe something more serious.
When we run into adversity,
we have faculty and staff here to provide support.
We stand with our fellow Saints through the good times
and the difficult times.
So be sure to seek out help when you need it.
We know that here at Maryville,
we are never alone.
The spirit of Maryville flows through each person that steps foot on our campus.
Being a Saint is that feeling that Maryville University is your community.
That even when you're far away from home,
you are home.
We're on this journey together.
We are Maryville University.
One team, one family.
It's time for the Maryville Saints Intermission Report. Let's get ready for the second period.
There comes a time where it's going to get harder and more difficult, but to never lose that focus of enjoying the game is so important. Leon Draisaitl from Cologne, Germany, Edmonton Oilers. For me, it started early. My dad played, so it ran in the family a little bit, and always wanted to play in the NHL. I'm an offensive guy that likes to generate and create chances and take big pride in the defensive side of things as well. I've got nothing but great things to say about Warrior, and a huge fan of the consistency year after year for me personally, bring out the best product, and it's so simple and easy to work with Warrior. And on top of that, the service is incredible. Always things to learn, always things to grow, always the parts of the game to get better at, but all in all, you have to be a Warrior.
College hockey. It's more than just what school you play for. More than just another sweater you pull on. It's about focus, determination, strategy, and poise. It's more than just packed rinks and screaming fans. It's about heart, skill, and passion. In nearly 30 years of the ACHA, we don't just play the game of hockey. We are the game of hockey. Hundreds of elite players and coaches from some of the United States and Canada's most prestigious programs. The American Collegiate Hockey Association. More than just a game.
Hello everyone, I hope you've had a great summer. As the school year gets started across the country, we're excited to also welcome you back to another great season of hockey. Thanks for being a part of the USA Hockey family. I want you to know that our volunteers and our staff work every single day as hard as they can to make sure hockey is the best sports experience in every community in our country. Within USA Hockey, you're part of an organization that's a world leader in development, safety, fun.
And welcome back to the Maryville University Hockey Center. Just about ready for second period action between the Flames and the Saints. After one period of play, the shots were 7-6 in favor of Maryville. Neither team got a goal. Saints had a power play attack, but created a couple of good looks. Couldn't get one into the back of the net. Teams have swapped sides. Maryville will be going right to left on your screen. Saints in their home whites against Liberty in the blue with the white, light blue, and red trim. Sophia Damick hit the brakes right around her own blue line, and then it was tossed into the Maryville bench. Perhaps Emerson Oakes had a problem with somebody on the Maryville Saints coaching staff. 8 seconds off the clock. Face-off will come inside the Liberty zone, although they're having a discussion about it. And now it's just outside the blue line. Sophia Adamic got it up to center, but Villard was there. Fossey goes on the cross corner dump in. Padam Shand chasing. Gerwitz slams it off the wall. They were trying to serve it onto Fossey into the middle. Padam Shand was the intended target. Gerwitz chops it on around. Villardo plays it softly through. Villard got it up to Gillings, but Wortman was able to thwart that push-up ice. Puck filtered through back to the Maryville zone. Villardo gains the red line and swings it around. 50 seconds gone here in the period. Neither team with a shot on goal here in the second. Battles drops it off. Wortman gets around Brennan, glides over here to the near side and flicks it on in. Hansen will chase it down from Maryville. Her stick was lifted. Puck comes right back to her. Windross looks up ice. Crosses the red line and the blue on the attack. Off the skates of Ross. Brennan backhands it up towards the end of the crease. Puck loose along the far side. Saints had it for a moment. Long shot off the right pad. Hansen with the long chance from the point. Hansen gets it again. Putnam tried to just kind of flick it on towards the attacking line. Puck went back and forth. Here's Ellis. Putnam denied the zone entry. Lefebvre up to Beauchamp. Coming back is Peebles. Both teams trying to take advantage of every line change opportunity here in the early going of the second period. Obviously, the long change, easy for me to say apparently, makes things a little more difficult. Glove save made by Peebles. Peebles took the shot. Beauchamp lost it in the corner. Karunikar trying to kick it free. Brushed it forward. But the Saints struggling to get out of their own zone. Here's Emily Toole. Ran into traffic as it got caught up in the legs of Beauchamp. Sophia Adamic was going up north for Padam Shand. Karunikar backhands it along the goal line. Smolinski hard off the wall. Wortman says, I'll take that. Karunikar back in her own zone. Up the near side wall, it rolled over the stick of Toole. Smolinski regathers at her own blue line, crosses on the attack, cuts up towards the slot. Shot taken by Struther. That was blocked. Tough angle chance for Smolinski's off the side of the goal. Struther hit the ice. Fossey skates it out. Toole lifts the stick, gives her a little bit of a slash, and jabs that one loose. It's loose along the far side of the goal, though. Zoje Adamic hits the brakes a couple times. Forehand, backhand, and again. Battles trying to dig it out, but doesn't want to get her stick right in her teammate's mush. Villard couldn't quite get it away. Battles tried to shoulder Villardo. Long shot by Wortman, popped up in the air off a stick. Flames take it over towards the far wing, back to the point. Going down low is Pelletier. Pelletier got it towards the side of the goal. It was chopped back towards the net. Peebles holds it in along the near side, battles from the corner. Peebles digging in, and the Saints are able to clear. Little over 4.5 gone here in the second period. This game so far has definitely been played like a tournament game. Both teams very careful, but also creating chances. Peebles puts it right into the shin pad of Windross, but the Flames still get it out. Sarauer lost it. Saints take it in on the offensive end. Here's Windross from the left circle, shoots in a glove save, Now we get a whistle. So it was just an early whistle. The referee thought that it was going to be trapped in the glove. It went off the heel of the hand, basically, of Alexandra Keith. So just kind of a mistimed whistle. Benefits the Saints as they get the face-off win. Here's Braun. Leaves it for Hendrickson. They were trying to get it to Bjornsson in front. Never got it through. Sarauer finds it for the Flames. Far side corner. Tried to go boards to boards. Sophia Adamic has to take it all the way behind her own goal. 5:30 gone. Adamic to Oakes. Up the wing in space. Now they come in 3-on-2. Diving play made by Putnam. The pass was still made. Intended for McClinchy, cutting through to the goal, but it never got through. Long shot for the point, wide of the blocker's side. Shaw took the chance. Wortman keeps it alive. Centering feed, nobody there. Hansen pushes it up through the middle. Braun was trying to skate up ice, but it's lost at the red line. Pethamshan coming in. 2-on-1. They find Adamic to the far side. Pethamshan is denied. Oh, what a save made by Tresick. And another early whistle. It looked like the puck may have still been loose. Both teams have now benefited from early whistles. Nevertheless, a fantastic save made by Hannah Tresick as she stood firm right along the goal line. Lost her mask in the process, so that might have been why the whistle went. Top-notch goaltending for the Maryville Saints. And with the face-off coming, I have to figure that they're calling goaltender interference. Not the penalty kind. That's such an odd call because sometimes you call it and it just denies a goal. Sometimes you call it, it's a penalty. Sometimes you call it and it's just for goaltender safety. So I would have to figure that that would be the case with the last one. And interference might be the wrong verbiage, but that's essentially what ends up being the case, is the goaltender was collided with, and the contact, they say, was initiated by Liberty. But here they come again. Battles coming in on the left wing. Forehand shot, blocker saved by Tresick, and snatches it out of midair. 13:29 to go here in the period. Saints had a quick 4 shots on goal to start the second. They've been answered with 2 quality chances by the Flames. Gerwitz ends up with the puck along the faceoff, but she's struggling to corral it as it was just kind of barely out of her reach on the stick, but not under firm control. Beckett throwing a little bit of a cross-check into Oates as she was hooked. Both teams received non-calls. There's still only been the one power play in the game. Falardo came up towards the corner. Gillings is there as well, but it's dropped back to Adamic. Cross ice. Pethamshan on her off wing. Gains the blue line and swings it around. Fresh players out there for Liberty. Falardo trying to gain the red line. Smushed up against the boards by Battles. Got it into the attacking zone, but Craig stripped it away. Falardo back at her own line. Gillings at the red line, and too hot to handle there for Villard. Zone entry not there for the Saints. Mine's getting a little bit jumbled here, as Beckett is currently out there with Brennan and Windross. Again, still no Sutton or Morris. And although the effort is definitely there for all the Saints, you can just kind of tell that the offensive firepower isn't as easily gained, which makes it a little bit easier for opponents to defend when they know that they can just focus mainly on Haley Beckett. Beckett still comes into today with 31 goals, although she's on the bench right now, having just left. Skating up far side is Sarauer. Couldn't get a shot away. McClinchy was the intended target behind the net. Comes all the way towards the near side. Pelletier got it down low. Sarauer tried to scoop it over the defense. Pelletier sends it wide. It was sticked away by the Saints goaltender, even though it was likely heading wide. Now here comes Mika Hansen. Hands it off. Windross flutters one just to the side of the goal. Saints with a new line. Peebles goes up through the middle. Sarauer ends up with it on the far wing. Pass too far behind McClinchy. Potential icing. No line change available for the Flames, and an important face-off for the Saints if they can try to catch some fatigued players out there for Liberty. We've almost reached the halfway point of the game. 41 seconds before that happens. 10:41 left before the period is over. Saints win the face-off. Smolinski whips one towards goal, but too much traffic in front. Beauchamp flings it off the far side wall. Karunikar continues it on its journey. Toole from the near wing is going to ice the puck. Fortunately for the Saints, they have some pretty rested players on the ice. 10:21 to go here in the period. Brennan banging her stick on the wall, trying to get her teammates fired up. Off the knee pad of Smolinski. Shot was going wide anyway, but never a bad idea to get a block if you can get it. Smolinski picks it up off the near wall and then dropped it. Struther was there. Vortman cycles it back in. 10 minutes left to go in the period, and we've reached the halfway point of the game. Hard off the far side window, but it hit a seam and stayed in. Shot from the angle by Fussy was denied by Tresick. Vortman whips one towards goal. That got all the way through, and Tresick fought it off. Vortman will hold it along the point. Fires one to the goal, trying to go for a deflection. It still goes around off the end wall to the far side. Created a chance. Tresick not taking any chances, and she will smother. 9:34 to go here, second period. Shots are 12-12, score 0-0. Saints looking for their 15th win of the season. Liberty trying to remain undefeated in regulation anyway, and potentially pick up their 27th win of the year. A giveaway in the slot. Shot wasn't available. Put back through the mixer, but the fluttering puck couldn't be handled by anybody. It's all the way here to Sophia Damick. She goes to Battles. Saints were able to deal with that one just at the top of the crease. Ellis makes the interception. Saints strip it right back. A fluttering puck, and now it's a foot race. Here comes Gillings from the near circle. Puts it across. A deflection ends up going out of play. Hands on the head for Haley Beckett as she thought she had a goal, but instead of going in, it ramped off of her stick and went out of play. Those are the small margins that you have to have go your way when you're playing these top teams. And over the last couple weekends, the Saints have just not gotten the bounces. Puck stayed in the zone, so that may have actually gone off the goaltender. And if so, what a save by Keith. Didn't know too much about it, but as long as you get your body behind it, you've done your job. Beauchamp comes up, long shot, over the goal. Going back towards the point for Peebles. Slap shot coming, got all the way through. Tresick makes the save. Clock stops with 8:29 to go here in the second period. Both teams going to get a line change. Face-off won by the Flames. Wortman got it to the half wall, but no further. Now here comes Beckett one-on-one. Beckett into the slot, takes a shot, score! Haley Beckett, number 32 on the year. The Saints are up 1-0. Beckett at 11:41 of the second period on the Saints' 14th shot on goal has put them on top. Potential icing here, and it'll end up as a face-off inside the Saints zone. 8:14 to go in the second. Hurwitz picking up the assist. Jillings comes in hot on the offensive side. Gallops all the way around the goal from the outside hash marks. Now tries to take a shot, but Bortman got in front. Shaw struggles to handle. It's in between her skates. Bortman comes out with it. Villard is able to pilfer that one away. Straightaway point out of the far boards. Jillings lofts it along the dashers. Going off for a change. Wortman looks up ice. Skate to stick for Ellis. Flitters one in on goal. Gerwitz will chase it down. Straight up the middle. Ross settles it down. Finds Windross. She'll take a shot. Blocker save. Rebound denied with a left pad save. Windross and Ross with great chances, but it remains 1-0. Tresick has one go off the knob of her stick with a left wing shot. Peebles fires one towards goal. That got through traffic. Tresick made a save again. Hansen picks up the loose change, but cannot clear. Ross with it. Lofts it out. That will catch some snow, so no icing available. 6:50 to go. Saints up 1-0. Olsen around the pressure, skates over center. Brennan gives her a little bit of a whack from behind. Throws Olsen off. Hansen will pick it up for the Saints. Gave it right back. Centering feed, and the Saints deal with it at least momentarily. Pedham Shand is tied up with Putnam. Saints get it up to the blue line, but no further. Brennan blocks the shot from the left defenseman. O'Leary digs in right in front of the Liberty bench. It comes loose to Pedham Shand on her off wing. Goes to the forehand, backhand. Tried to center. Bodies in front. Fussy comes around with it. Settles it down. Sophia Adamic takes a wrister. That got through again and a right pad save. So many shots are getting through traffic from Liberty. Going through some legs. So Tresick making a lot of these saves just with positioning because she doesn't see it until it's about a foot in front of her. Another icing against Maryville. 5:59 to go here in the second period. Flames almost got a shot off. That was blocked. Wraparound attempt at a left pad save made by Tresick. She awkwardly falls forward. I think if nothing else, that was just to kind of get that the pressure off of that left leg as she sprung over against the post so quickly. .548 to go. Second period. Beauchamp put it in towards the high slot. Beckett collects it. Off the near side, Karunikar wasn't expecting to pass. Saints regroup at their own line. Backhanded off the far wall. Beckett charges into the zone. Gillings is there as well. Shaw takes her down. Fans want a call. None to be had. It was just a collision. Lofted back out. If it crosses all the lines, it'll be icing. And they will blow the whistle. Clock stops with 5:19 to go in the second period. Looks like Maryville's going to keep their current offensive line out there. Face-off won by the Flames. Sarauer pops it over across the line. Beauchamp in. McClinchy was there on a potential 2-on-1. They still get a centering feed. There's two players in the net, one for each team, and now Maryville comes out, potential 3-on-2. Beckett from the near wing, slows it up, drags it back towards the middle. Centering feed, Karunikar goes far circle, back to Beckett. She puts it across and right into the goaltender. Keith came across, made the save. And it remains 1-0. McClinchy chops one into the attacking zone. Straightens her face mask. Maryville comes in. Here's Windross to the backhand. She scores! What a heads-up play by Brianne Windross as she came into the zone, stayed onside, picked up the puck, and deposits it in on the backhand. Windross at 15:27 has doubled the lead for the Saints. Hurwitz with her second assist of the game. So not only do the Saints avoid a potential icing, they end up getting a goal off of that. Lefebvre gets it down to the circle. Ellis flings one towards goal, but it's wide. Spiked up into the air. Ellis from the top of the circle finds Lefebvre trying to get into the slot and swept away by Brennan. Gerwitz comes up off the skates of Peebles. Maryville will flick it in. 3:40 to go in the second period. Anxiety starting to creep into the game right now for the Flames. Fussy gets the offensive zone, but quickly surrounded. Hansen comes up with speed. Tosses it in. Controlled in the corner by Peebles, but Toole seals her off. O'Leary taken down. She ran into Sophia Adamic. Pedham Shan slows it up along the half boards and drops it back to Adamic. Pirouettes around O'Leary. Saints regather at the blue line. In behind the goal for O'Leary. Ran out of space as Peebles was right there. Peebles to the blue line. Fussy to the red line. Dumps it in. Hansen from behind her own goal. Saints looking to spring a counterattack here. Villard plays it off the Dashers, trying to chase it down herself. Good positional defending, but now fresh off the benches, Beckett. And it was just out of her reach. She's able to gain control again in the corner. Referee right there. He's like, let me out of here. The puck comes right back towards him. Now we get a 2-on-3 as Beckett's on the back check. But Battles still gets into an offensive position and then shoots in wide behind the goal. 2:18 to go in the second period. Beckett trying to avoid Battles. Stick is lifted. And the whistle is blown. So I apologize for laughing, but Haley Beckett clearly thought that was on her because she angrily charged towards the penalty box, opened the box. The coaching staff yelled no, and the penalty ends up being on the Liberty Flames, as it is Haley Battles in the sin bin. In fairness, there was a little bit of a call to be made there against Beckett. I think it would have been a retaliation if they had called it, so it would be 4-on-4, and thus they are having a discussion with Chris Lowe's, the head coach for the Flames. So he's wondering why his player is the only one in the box. Nevertheless, the Saints will have an opportunity here. Already up by 2. Power play looked decent on the first time around. Just couldn't get one in the back of the net. Maybe they can crack one here. Gillings with the puck from the outside hash marks. Tosses back, straightaway point to Gerwitz. Near side for Gillings. Taps it down low. Villard back to Gerwitz. Far side for Beckett. Whip shot coming, and it's stuck underneath the pad. Smolinski took a tumble on the far side as Peebles shoved her out of the way. 1:46 left in the Saints power play. 1:55 left in the period. Gerwitz drags it back towards the blue line. Gillings on the near side circle, tried to shoot up high, and I think Villard actually knocked that down. Gerwitz from the blue line, far side for Beckett. Beckett peels back. Stick handling along. Backhand to the forehand. Circling. Gerwitz. Beckett wanted it in the wheelhouse, didn't get it. Beckett thought about leaving it. Beauchamp is right on her. Gerwitz with a slapper, that's blocked. Flames get it up the wall. Villard holds it for now. Gillings with the puck. She's tied up. Oakes trying to take time off this clock. Four players in there. Gerwitz comes away with it. Now here's Beckett. Backdoor feed, and it just couldn't be handled by Smolinski. It was a great setup, and I don't know if it caught the stick up high of Smolinski or perhaps the heel. Nevertheless, she didn't get what she wanted on it. 35 seconds left in the power play. Brennan with a soft toss up the wall. Saints wanted an interference call, but the puck was right there. Windross sets up from the half wall. Karunikar straightaway point. Far circle, knocked down by O'Leary. 18 seconds left. Karunikar gonna take the slap shot. Oh, off the knob of the stick. Keith makes the stop. Karunikar again. Far circle for O'Leary. Whips it in front. That one was denied. Karunikar with 2 seconds left on the power play. Out of the reach of Brennan. And then O'Leary takes a spill. Pettimshand was hoping that they could spring her on a potential breakaway. She has to come back. But there is the buzzer. 40 minutes are in the books, 20 minutes left in regulation. Beckett and Windross are your goal scorers. The Saints lead by 2. Keep it right here on the Maryville Saints Hockey Network. We will come back with third period action in just a bit.
comes a time where it's going to get harder and more difficult, but to never lose that focus of enjoying the game is so important. Leon Draisaitl from Cologne, Germany, Edmonton Oilers. For me, it started early. My dad played, so it ran in the family a little bit, and always wanted to play in the NHL. I'm an offensive guy that likes to generate and create chances and take big pride in the defensive side of things as well. I've got nothing but great things to say about Warrior, and huge fan of the consistency year after year. For me personally, bring out the best product, and it's so simple and easy to work with Warrior. And on top of that, the service is incredible. Always things to learn, always things to grow, always the parts of the game to get better at, but all in all, you have to be a Warrior.
College hockey. It's more than just what school you play for. More than just another sweater you pull on. It's about focus, determination, strategy, and poise. It's more than just packed rinks and screaming fans. It's about heart, skill, and passion. In nearly 30 years of the ACHA, we don't just play the game of hockey. We are the game of hockey. Hundreds of elite players and coaches from some of the United States and Canada's most prestigious programs. The American Collegiate Hockey Association. More than just a game.
Hello everyone, I hope you've had a great summer. As the school year gets started across the country, we're excited to also welcome you back to another great season of hockey. Thanks for being a part of the USA Hockey family. I want you to know that our volunteers and our staff work every single day as hard as they can to make sure hockey is the best sports experience in every community in our country. Within USA Hockey, you're part of an organization that's a world leader in development, safety, fun, and success, and one that is committed to fostering a welcoming environment for all by building a diverse, equitable, and inclusive game. Hockey is played in thousands of communities across our entire country. Please join me in keeping the momentum going by inviting at least one new person to get involved with hockey this year. It doesn't matter if it's someone who wants to play, coach, officiate, volunteer, or just be a fan. We're excited about sharing the joy our sport brings with as many people as possible. I would also like to offer a friendly reminder to make sure that respect is top of mind every time you enter the rink or take to the ice for a game or practice this season. That includes making sure that we never use hateful or discriminatory language, as it has absolutely no place in our game or in our society. It's on all of us to make sure that we respect the game, including playing within the rules, treating officials with respect, giving our best, and being a good teammate. In the end, hockey is about fun, so let's make sure we never lose sight of that. Here's to a great season ahead, one filled with friendship, respect, success, and most of all, plenty of smiles.
Welcome Welcome to Maryville University.
Welcome to Saints Nation.
Home of the Big Red M.
So what does it mean to be a Maryville Saint?
It's more than just going to classes.
As Saints, we are passionate about what we believe in.
We are open-minded and curious about other points of view.
And we know this about life at Maryville.
Your best experiences will happen when you get involved.
Make sure to get involved on campus.
We work hard,
but we have a lot of fun too.
We have a passion to see each other succeed.
You might have a few hiccups along the way.
Or maybe something more serious.
When we run into adversity,
We have faculty and staff here to provide support.
We stand with our fellow Saints through the good times
and the difficult times.
So be sure to seek out help when you need it.
we know that here at Maryville,
We are never alone.
The spirit of Maryville flows through each person that steps foot on our campus.
Being a Saint is that feeling that Maryville University is your community.
That even when you're far away from home,
You are home.
We're on this journey together.
We are Maryville University.
One team, one family.
It's time for the Maryville Saints Intermission Report. Let's get ready for the third period.
There comes a time where it's going to get harder and more difficult, but to never lose that focus of enjoying the game is so important. Leon Draisaitl from Cologne, Germany, Edmonton Oilers. For me, it started early. My dad played, so it ran in the family a little bit, and always wanted to play in the NHL. I'm an offensive guy that likes to generate and create chances and take big pride in the defensive side of things as well. I've got nothing but great things to say about Warrior, and huge fan of the consistency year after year. For me personally, bring out the best product, and it's so simple and easy to work with Warrior. And on top of that, the service is incredible. Always things to learn, always things to grow, always the parts of the game to get better at, but all in all, you have to be a Warrior.
College hockey. It's more than just what school you play for. More than just another sweater you pull on.
And welcome back to the Maryville Saints Hockey Network. Just about set for third period action. The Saints lead the Liberty Flames. The Flames you see on your screen there as they try to gather up their courage and try to come back from a 2-goal deficit. Saints banging their sticks along the walls, trying to pump up their team. They've got goals from Beckett and Windross. Emma Gerwitz with 2 assists in her final home weekend of her collegiate career. Beckett makes the steal, almost gave it away along the top edge of the circle. Continues on around, and then it's poked loose. Gerwitz comes back, sweeps it up towards the red line. Pedamshan sends it in. Gerwitz on the puck, looking for Beckett up the ice. She has to just slap it in. Is that just wouldn't come enough close to her to get some momentum in behind her. Trying to get some momentum in behind myself here as we start the third period. A little over 40 seconds gone. Shaw comes up the boards. Icing is the call. 19:09 left to go here in the third period. Cross ice pass intercepted. Saints have to bring it back towards the neutral zone. Shaw slows it up in behind her own net. Saints putting on the pressure. Smolinski intercepts at center ice. Crosses the blue line on the off wing. Tried to stick handle through, but it just slipped away. Vortman gets it around. Looks to head up ice. Trasic slows it up. Ross gets the pass off the wall. Pelletier got a piece of it at the red line. Beauchamp is able to come in one-on-one. Beauchamp trying to go to the backhand, and she was defended by Karunakar. Slap shot got all the way through, but wide of the far post. Peebles with the chance. Beauchamp circles around, trying to get it back to the forehand. It's loose towards the top of the crease, but the Saints are able to deal with it. Windross and Ross head up ice. Windross gains the red line and sends it in. Maryville with the line change. A little over 2 minutes played. Feather pass out of the reach of Beauchamp. Hansen put it right back into the body of Pelletier. Launch pass towards the attacking zone for the Flames was thwarted. O'Leary comes in on the forecheck. Struther is with her, but the puck goes even deeper into the zone. Oakes looks to send it up the wall. Instead, it's off the skate of Hansen. Struther will try to chase it down. Pop back in behind the net. Rolling over here to the near corner from the half wall. Nice touch pass coming out on the break. Adamic goes far side, finds Fossey. That one got up high on Tresick. Another one up high. Both of them may have hit the mask. Zojia Adamic gives it over to Sophia. Fossey comes on back towards the blue line. Fossey drops it. Oakes with a slap shot. Deflected. Tresick makes the save. Rebound still loose. Another chance may have gone off the cheater of the glove of Tresick. Rolling line changes off the post. Oh, baby. That close once again for the Flames. Hannah Tresick, and she does exactly what I was about to suggest. I was going to say she needs to kiss that post over here along her blocker side, as that has saved her twice now. Gerwitz gives it a little bit of a tap as well. 16:35 to go in the third period. Both teams had 19 shots coming in. All of a sudden, a quick 4 on the board for the Liberty Flames. Saints fans don't like the no call there, as Beckett was bumped into along the blue line. She didn't seem to throw too much. And now Gillings with the steal. She comes in on the attack, but it's on her off wing. She slows up, looking to go to Beckett, back door, but it was too tough to get a shot off. Beckett throws a wicked slash right across the stick. That was on Brooke Olsen. So Beckett now twice has had potential calls against her not be called. So the Saints still with the only 2 power plays. They're 0 for 2 with the power play thus far, but they do have 2 goals on the board. Gerwitz slides it up the wall, but Gillings couldn't continue it out. Ross comes up with the puck at center ice, but she's all by herself. Heads in on the pressure, trying to keep it away from the Flames as they come out. Peebles gave it over to Beauchamp. Holding it in, though, is Karunikar. Ran into the skates of her own teammate. Karunikar resets. Smolinski, right side of the red line. Stick save made by Keith as she leaves it. Lefebvre didn't have anything in the way of options. Beauchamp from behind her own goal. Crosses the circle. Stick handles around pressure. Gains center ice. Smolinski knocks it down. Ross is up north. Smolinski's going to take it herself. The back check from Beauchamp. Was able to lift the stick. Centering feed. Couldn't connect. Now Karunikar overskates as the puck slipped away from her. Brennan is the only player back. Coming in 2-on-1. Fussey's going to take it all the way to the goal, and they score! Odd man rush for the Liberty Flames leads to a goal. Fussey sets up Petum Shand, and the lead is cut in half. Petum Shand at 5:27 with the helper from Brielle Fossey. Strap yourselves in. If you didn't think we had a good game already, it's gotten even more interesting. Clock stops again with 14:27 to go here in the period. Saints come up with the puck along the near side wall. filtered through center, no icing. Vortman takes it off the end boards. Saints at center ice. Vortman looked like she had a piece of equipment stuck in the board somehow. O'Leary chops at it, sweeps it into the middle of the rink. Here comes Victoria Hu. Maryville was able to take it away from her. Pelletier got it into the zone. 13:40 left. Villard and O'Leary are up the wall. It's given away. Olsen to Pelletier. Shoots across the grain. And a glove save by Tresick. Puck ends up over in the far side corner. 13:30 to go here in the third. Tresick makes the save on the shot from the neutral zone. Gerwitz got it back out into neutral ice. Beckett couldn't make the steal. Pelletier kept it away, and then it's dumped in by Zojia Adamic. Adamic ends up with the puck along the near side wall. Dropped it back to the blue line. Oakes is able to get there. Villard made the block. Another chance. Scraped across the top of the crease, but wide. Adamic tried to put it into the mixer. Saints are able to get it out. Beckett, 1-on-3. Gillings comes in support. Beckett bumped off the puck. Beckett tried to slow it up, but she's tied up along the end boards. Give it away. Gillings takes it, trying to loft it past Fussy. Good hold in by Falardo. Beckett still being held up by Oakes, and that's going to put the Saints on the power play. Maryville 0 for 2 thus far, but they really need another one here to try to put themselves back up by 2. Emerson Oakes trying to plead her case. The referee just continues to shuffle her into the penalty box. So an important power play for the Saints, an important penalty kill for the Flames. Puck just stuck right along the dot. Gillings is able to keep it alive. Lost it momentarily in the corner, trying to kick it loose to Villard. Gerwitz at the left point. Plays it off the dashers. Villard charges towards the goal, and that may have hit the post. Looking for Smolinski back door and hit the iron instead. Villard gets the hot pass. Gerwitz quickly to Beckett. Slap shot towards the back door, and that's going to miss everything. Gerwitz will hold it in along the line, out of the reach of Beckett, but she picks it up off the near side wall. Skates it into the corner, leaves it for Smolinski. She bumps the pressure away from Shaw. Smolinski still in possession. Gets it around Vortman, trying to go to Gerwitz, and it was intercepted. Flames will clear. 1:15 left in the Saints power play. Gerwitz leaves it. Brennan charges up the ice. Off the toes of Peebles. Flames will clear. 50 seconds left in the Saints power play. Karunikar picks up speed, crosses the blue line, shouldered to the wall. Flames get it again. Shorthanded chance now. Beauchamp, easy for me to say, comes in. She's going to get a chance here. She scoops it. Hit the side. Not sure if that went off a Tresick or the post. It stayed out from the Saints' perspective. That's the most important thing. Here comes Windross. Feather pass to Ross. Got it through, and a right pad save was made. 16 seconds left in the power play. Time enough to get it back into the zone, but Maryville's going to change. Gerwitz heads up ice, but she was crisscrossed, and Fussy comes back the other way. Another shorthanded push into the zone. Fussy lost it. Falardo with the puck. Trying to spring it out. On the tape of Beckett. Looking for somebody going towards goal. Gillings puts it off the goaltender. The net was empty if anybody in white was here on the near side. Instead, the Liberty Flames come in. 10:20 left to go. Falardo made the block and a second time as well. Villard picks up the puck. She drops it off. Gerwitz sends it hard off the wall. Gillings takes a spill. Slap shot from the far side, wide. Craig twists it in behind the goal. Halfway through the period right now. Cross ice pass. Beckett tried to shuffleboard it, but Pelletier was right there. Ellis leaves it. Craig with a shot. Went up and over the goal, deflected by a Maryville player. So the Saints 0 for 3 with the power play, but they have to be careful. You have to figure that the referees are aware of that disparity. Flames have not had a power play attack. The non-calls have been pretty even. Flames fans will still feel that Haley Beckett could have been put in the box a couple times. Refs allowed it. Flames with the puck. Pass a little out of the reach of Ellis. Karundikar skates back. Whips it over here towards the near side. Out of the reach of O'Leary. Vortman is back. Finds her defensive teammate. Filtered on through to Beauchamp. She's on her off wing. Soups one towards the front of the goal. Off the dashers onto the stick of Sarauer. Olsen on the pressure. Saints get it up. Shoulder right into the chops of Colleen O'Leary. She's a little shaken up. We've seen a couple hits like that, but to the officials' credit, it's been the player that took the hit that really kind of initiated the contact or just didn't expect there to be a play there. Here comes Shaw. She's all the way in, and a blocker save made by Tresick. It goes on a play. The Saints can breathe a sigh of relief as they allowed Allison Shaw, one of the highest scoring defensemen in the country, to gain a breakaway chance. That'll put a lump in your throat if you're a Maryville fan. 8:20 to go here in the third. Saints trying to regather themselves. They've been pushed onto their heels. A bouncing puck into the slot. And there it is. Windross going to go to the box. Tripping will be the call. So the Flames already on the board here. Down by one. A chance to tie it with a power play attack. Liberty calling out that they want the face-off on the far circle. Tommy Lang taking his time, deciding who he wants out there on the penalty kill. It's going to be Struther, Toole, Falardo, and Gerwitz. Puck tied up. Lang and the coaching staff wanted an even-up call, but they've already had the power play 3 times. So unless it was something rather egregious, it was unlikely that the officials were going to call that. Fussy from the middle of her own zone. Peels away from Toole and drops it back. Peebles to Battles. Up through the middle, out of the reach of Sarauer. Falardo flops one onto center ice. Toole taps it away. Peebles is deep inside of her own zone. Fans on the pass. 1:17 left in the power play. Saucer pass bounces on Zoja Adamic. Shaw just cornered it. It's controlled. As Shaw has it again to the circle. Sophia Adamic couldn't get the shot away. Gerwitz pushes her away from the puck. Now here's Zoja Adamic from the hash marks. Couldn't get the shot away, and Gillings will clear. 45 seconds left in the power play. 6:45 left in the period. Pedam-Shand circles around, but Shaw has the puck. Pedam-Shand takes the long pass. Beauchamp comes in, drops it, battles, couldn't find the clean handle. Battles looking to put it into the mixer. It got through, but nobody got a stick onto it. Shaw filters it through to Battles. Deflected puck settles in behind the goal. 12 seconds left on the power play. 6:15 in the period. Fussy from the backhand to Peebles at the point. Walking the line, back to Fussy, outside of the circle, shot deflected into the chest of Tresick. She will cover. Back to 5-on-5 action. Saints have their full complement of players. 6:04 remaining in the third period. A fresh line out there for both teams as they settle in for this final push. Maryville really needs an insurance goal. Just feels like there's a lot of momentum on the side of the Liberty Flames. Here's a giveaway. Struther chops at her, and Maryville is going to go right back to the penalty kill. It's actually going to be Hansen, my mistake. Called for the hook. The referee in the zone was a little bit slow on the call. I think he was willing to let it go, but as it kind of replayed in his mind, he couldn't. And the Saints will have to kill off another penalty. 5:52 remaining in the third period. Saints got 2 goals in the second. Beckett and Windross at 11:41 and 15:27 respectively. Pedham Shand cut the lead in half, 5:27 into the third. Deflected shot off the cuff of the glove, and the Saints will clear it down. 10 seconds plus gone off of this power play attack. Peebles will set it up from behind her own goal. Pedham Shand glides up. Battles got it through. Fussy comes in on the left, through the middle, to the right circle. Shot on, rebound Juicy, but it came hard off the waffle board, and the Saints will send it down. Big mounds of snow in front of each bench. So far in this contest, you probably have only seen that come into play maybe once. Teams have done a pretty good job of avoiding those areas for the most part. Saints are able to strip it down, and Chillings will make the clearance. Under a minute to go in the Hansen penalty. Shaw crosses the blue line on the attack. Stick handles into a dangerous area, but the Saints were able to deal with it. Skate to stick for Pilardo. Slams it off the wall and down. 4:35 left to go here in the third period. Nail-biting time for Saints fans. Still time to breathe for the Flames. They come in, Battles, trying to get it around. A diving play made by Putnam. Karunakar gets it out towards center. Pushing the reset button. Flames come in hard on the far wing. Fussy looking to put it back through the middle. Charges around on a wraparound attempt. Still can't get a shot away. Saints send the puck up towards the line, but it's held in by Peebles. She'll peel it back towards the blue line. Putnam gathers it up in the corner. From her backhand to the forehand. Slaps it off the wall. 5 seconds left until Hansen can come out, but Karunakar can't get it away. Peebles with a great steal. Puts it across the top of the crease, but no shot there. A battle for it along the half wall. Tresick will cover, and another big penalty kill for the Maryville Saints. 3:43 remaining in the third period, but the shot totals continue to climb. Maryville only has 3 in this period. The Flames now with 32 total after having 19 after 2 periods of play. Face-off is going to come inside the Maryville zone. Tommy Lang deciding this was the moment to call his timeout. Obviously wanting to get his top players a little bit of extra rest as they want to see this game out. They have to win this face-off. Maryville trying to get Their 15th win of the season and just their second win in regulation over Liberty in the last 5 years. Teaching moments on hand for both coaches as they try to get those late game habits ingrained in both of their teams as they head into postseason play. As I mentioned, the Saints, this weekend is their final weekend of the regular season. They will have the conference tournament starting on February 19th. Flames end up with possession from the right point. The shot got through, off the post again, and it's kicked in. Tresick didn't know where the puck was. She was doing a belly flop. It comes off of her left skate and unfortunately crosses the goal line. Beauchamp will get credit for the goal, and we are tied 2-2. So a heartbreaking turn of events for Hannah Tresick, who has played so well all game long. That near side post nearly bailed her out a third time. The puck crosses the line again. The Flames are celebrating. Maryville is stunned. The referees are having a discussion, the linesman and the in-zone official, I should say. So based on the reaction of the Flames, there's no doubt that the puck crossed the line. And they're going to put the face-off at center. So I'm not sure what's going on here. They haven't gone to the scorekeeper to put one on the board. Having a discussion with Coach Tommy Lang. So as of right now, unofficially, it is 2-2. Beauchamp with the tying goal at 16:25. Potentially 3-2 just 9 seconds later. So there it is. It's on the board. We'll try to get you confirmation as to who scored that goal. So what a turn of events. So Ellis with the goal at 16:34. Now the Saints come in on the attack. Maryville up 2-0. Coming into this period, and all of a sudden the Flames have scored 3 unanswered. High shot right into the glove of Hannah Tresick. And the Saints have to regather themselves because they got to try to find a goal just to tie this one up. Maryville only with 3 shots on goal here in the third period. And we're a little over 17 minutes in. Maryville can't get it up the far wall. Gerwitz trying to split Up through the middle. O'Leary pushes towards the near circle. Nobody in front yet. O'Leary guides it on around. Toole and Struther were also there. Hurwitz to O'Leary. Cross ice. Handcuffed Falardo just a little bit. Maryville keeping it alive for now. 2:05 left to go in the period. Falardo still in control. Falardo leaves it in the corner. Toole shoved up against the boards. Left the puck. Falardo comes up from the point. Flames still get it out into the neutral zone. Adamic lifts it way down. Should be icing. It will be. Clock stops with 1:46 to go. And now you have to wonder, do the Saints try to go for the tie? Or do they keep it 5-on-5 and just roll the dice? If the standings didn't come into things, you'd have to figure that the goaltender would have been pulled by now. Unfortunately, you do have to play for the rankings. 95 seconds remain as Beauchamp has it in behind her own goal. Reverse pass towards the near boards. Sarauer gave it away. Beckett lost it in the slot. Too many bodies. Fussy gets the red line, cross corner, and sends it in. 80 seconds remain. A little bit less now. Stretch pass for Beckett. Tapped it up towards the blue line, but Peebles was waiting. Goaltender still in for Maryville. Adamic stick handles around Beckett. Scoops it towards the goal, and it goes out of play. 1:01 left. What a comeback here this evening for the Liberty Flames. Another quick shot right off the face-off. Saints trying to get it out of the zone. They can't get it over the blue line. Lofted down low. Craig will sweep it back towards the point. Vortman taps it down low again. It's going to swing all the way around. Maryville not even with possession here. They trail by 1. 40 seconds left. Kerwitz gets it to center, but nobody's there in white. Gillings makes the interception. She's hooked a little bit, brings it into the offensive zone. We get a late whistle. I believe offside was the call, but at least another 2 seconds came off the clock if that was the case. The official talking to the scorekeeper. They haven't put any extra time on the clock. Now they put it back to 33 seconds, so that's the right call. Saints get it across the blue line, still not under control. Now the goaltender goes off, 25 seconds remaining, but the Flames have the puck. Boards to boards, and now it comes to Sarauer. She gains the red line and shoots wide. Back checking was Emma Gerwich. She'll keep it away, but the Saints can't get possession. They're just going to run out of time here. Oakes puts it in, 5 seconds left. Gerwitz puts it up the wall, looking for Beckett, sweeps it into the zone, and that'll do it. What a game, what a comeback for the Liberty Flames. Maryville has scored 2 goals in the second period. Looked like they were in pretty good control, but it was all Liberty here in the third period as they go from 19 shots after 40 minutes to 36 in total. Saints only get 3 shots on goal in the third. And that was all she wrote. So a fantastic effort for Maryville. But unfortunately for them, they just can't seem to get over the hump against the Liberty Flames, as Maryville will fall to 14-9 on the season. Still with one more game against Liberty. That will come tomorrow afternoon. The puck will drop on that one at 3 o'clock local time. Liberty improves to 27-0-1. So they have literally been unbeatable here this season. So for me, this will be my final broadcast for the Maryville Saints on the women's side this season. Tomorrow's game will be broadcast, but most likely just a video version, so we apologize for that. But while I have the opportunity, I'd really like to give an acknowledgement to all the seniors, since this will be my version of their senior day. This current group has really meant a lot to this program, making it all the way to the national championship final last year. Unfortunately, losing a heartbreaker there, just as they lose a heartbreaker here today. But just a quick acknowledgement of Mackenzie Villard, Colleen O'Leary. They're both graduate students. Emily Tools is senior. Grace Karunakar is a graduate. Sophie Brennan, she's a senior. And, of course, we cannot not mention the captain, Emma Gerwitz. She has meant so much to this program. It was great to see her come back this year. There was question after last year if she would return or not, but she has led this team right from the start, whether she had that C on her chest or not. It's been a good opportunity to call some of her games as well as her teammates. It's been good to get to know her dad, who's been at almost every home game that he has had the opportunity to make it to, and we've had good conversations with him. So hopefully the Saints can come up with a win tomorrow. Perhaps since I'm not here, they will likely win that game. But tune in tomorrow to the Maryville Saints Hockey Network. We will have the broadcast for you. But for everybody here, for Eric Skelton, making us look good behind the scenes, I've been Todd Panula. The Liberty Flames win 3-2. Good night, Saints fans.